Yours truly, Bevan Thompson, is back, this time to talk about The Substance, which was written and directed by Coralie, who previously directed Revenge. So the film tells a story about a fading celebrity named Elizabeth Sparkle, played by Demi Moore, who decides to take a drug simply known as The Substance, which creates a new, younger, beautiful, better version of herself, named Sue, played by Margaret Qualley. But it's only a matter of time before things eventually goes to shit, because since this is a body horror film, I think we all know things are definitely going to go to shit at some point. I was very intrigued by this film by its marketing, and also hearing that this won Best Screenplay at the Cannes Film Festival further amped up my anticipation to check out the film, and it was by far the most shocking, jaw-dropping, stomach-turning experience that I've had in a long goddamn time. I was just in utter shock for so many different sequences where I was on the edge of my seat, especially after Demi Moore takes this drug and you see the birth of the beautiful version of herself, Sue, who's played by Margaret Qualley, and there are certain rules. I'm glad that the film explains like how this drug works. I mean, there's like a certain set of rules that Demi Moore and Margaret Qualley had to follow in order to avoid like any consequences that would definitely occur once Margaret Qualley starts abusing herself by the continued use of this drug. And Demi Moore has to suffer the consequences. In case you haven't seen it, won't get too much into spoilers, but the prosthetics, the makeup, especially like towards the third act, I was just fascinated by how they managed to achieve this. And when we get to the third act, I'm like, this is some John Carpenter's The Thing shit. The performances from both Demi Moore and Margaret Qualley are superb, and I could probably see them getting Oscar nominations for their performances because they're just that great in this film. Because you have Demi Moore's character, Elizabeth, who is a fading celebrity, just wanting to somehow, like, relive her glory days through Sue. And once Sue starts getting all this love and this fame, that's when she starts abusing the rules of this drug. But also Demi Moore, over the course of the film, starts becoming a self-hating recluse, especially like later after Sue begins to abuse her use of the substance. There's a really sad moment at the midway point of the film where Elizabeth is about to go on a date, and she's looking at herself in the mirror, trying to like plaster herself with all this makeup to make herself look a bit more youthful and beautiful. Then she keeps like going back into the bathroom and then back to the door until she eventually just removes like all the makeup and you see this boiled up anger, and you see this self-resentment towards herself, and it's just really heartbreaking because it's this moment as well as the beginning of the film that shows how insecure Elizabeth is about her age. Dennis Quaid plays an absolute sleazy scumbag producer, and not subtly his character is named Harvey. I wonder what they're referencing. Benjamin Craccoon's cinematography is amazing. I hope I pronounced his name right. And should definitely get an Oscar nomination for his cinematography because it's just gorgeous. I would say my only minor issue with the film is how the film wraps up. And I just couldn't help but feel confused on how many people could not, like, notice, like, what the fuck is going on here. But if you've seen the film, then you might know what I'm talking about. But overall, I just think that this is definitely one of the year's best films. I love the performances. I love the writing, the cinematography, the sound mixing, just almost everything about this makes it nearly perfect. And as far as body horror goes, I mean, if you're a fan of body horror, especially if you like stuff like David Cronenberg's version of The Fly, you might end up feeling satisfied with this. And if you're not, uh, definitely end up bringing a barf bag because I just couldn't help but feel my stomach turning for certain sequences. So I'm going to give The Substance an A. So what did you think of the film? Let me know in the comments below. And guys, thank you so much as always for watching. Looking forward to doing more videos really soon. And if you want my thoughts on old or new films, of course, you know where to find me.